A gay Republican is fuming online after the Republican Party has renewed its assault against same sex marriage. George Ramsey writes, to all the Republicans trying to make same sex marriage illegal, I am a gay married man and a Republican. I am pro life. I am pro Second Amendment. And I voted for Trump. Just because we are in charge right now doesn't make it okay to go back to the old Republican ways. That is going to ruin the momentum that Trump and us Republicans have and only boost the liberal momentum. It's not the same Republican Party it used to be. Get over it. I love being a Republican and would never be a Democrat. But reverting to the old ways will only ruin the party. I honestly can't believe I'm seeing the news of several states trying to get the Supreme Court to overturn same-sex marriage. I'm a Republican through and through, and I hope I always will be. But doing this will only push me and other people like me out. I gotta note that the log cabin Republicans have never been welcomed in the party. They have always been pushed out. And yet, they refuse to leave. Okay. There must be something, I don't know, alluring about tax cuts or something. I don't know. I mean, imagine being a gay Republican in this day and age, or any. I mean, but they exist. They exist. Now, The Guardian notes that Republicans in red states all across the United States have been pushing a lot of anti-LGBTQ plus measures targeting same-sex marriage. Yes, that's right. With an aim of ultimately securing a Supreme Court ban on the federally protected right. They said, oh, he's not going to go after same-sex marriage. He's not going to go after Obergefell. What are you guys talking about? You guys got TDS. Oops. Now they're going after Obergefell. Shocker. It's just like we said, or they said, don't worry, we're not going to go after abortion rights. No, those are in the no, those are protected by the 14th Amendment. They're not going to come after Roe. Don't worry, you guys got TDS. Oh no, they went after Roe. Yeah, exactly. The recent wave of Republican-led bills targeting same-sex marriage comes amid a second Donald Trump presidency in which his administration has taken on a more emboldened attacks against LGBTQ plus communities across the country, as seen through a flurry of executive orders he signed assailing various LGBTQ plus rights. In Oklahoma in January, a day after Trump's inauguration, the Republican state senator Dusty Devers, I don't know, why does that sound like a porn name? I don't know. I mean, it'd be better if it was Dusty Beavers, but still. I'm just saying. Dusty Devers. Okay. He introduced a series of bills targeting LGBTQ plus rights. Among them, something called the Promote Child Thriving Act. Now, basically, it would establish a $500 tax credit per child for a mother and father filing jointly, and is escalated to $1,000 if the child was born after the marriage of the parents. Oh, so this is some social engineering going on here. Okay. Oh, yeah, no, we're going to encourage, mothers and fathers getting together, having kids after they get married with tax breaks. Now, describing the bill, Devers said there is no greater factor in the well-being and future success of a child than whether they grew up in a two-parent household with their mother and father. It's not even close. Actually, children of same-sex couples, same-sex relationships grow up to be happy and healthy as well. So, no, it doesn't just take a mother and a father. It could be a mother and a mother. It could be a father and a father. It really is just a two-parent household that sets you up for success because you actually are able to spread the work around and you're likelier to have a more stable income. That's really what guarantees success here. Stable income and parents that are able to devote time. Doesn't have anything to do with the genitalia of said parents and whether or not you're biological, right? But anyway, that's that. He added, I know not everyone benefits from this act. which is kind of the point. But everyone should support what is good for kids. And growing up with one's mother and father is, in the vast majority of cases, the most important factor in a child's well-being. Not really. In response to Deaver's bill, the Tulsa-based pastor Randy Lewis of the All Souls Unitarian Church told News Channel 8, "I have a non-traditional family. My partner's kids are not mine. So it would be one of those situations. My kids aren't biologically my partners. We'd be one of those situations where we're eliminated from the grant process." Now, another Republican Oklahoma state senator, David Bullard, Dullard. Whoop, that's a Freudian slip on my part. Now, he introduced a similar bill that would offer a $2,000 child tax credit per child, only for married couples with biological children from the marriage. So no adoption, by the way. This leaves out people who actually go and adopt children. Wait. Isn't adoption supposed to be one of those things where, oh, yeah, I mean, don't do abortion, do adoption. Well, then why no tax credit for children? We know what they're trying to do, okay? Now, Bullard said that it was introduced to challenge the Supreme Court's 2015 decision in Obergefell v. RAGES that declared same-sex marriages as legal across the U.S. So this guy's actually being super open about it. Quote, "Really what we want to do is challenge that concept and see if we can get to Obergefell," Bullard said. And there it is. It's literally just right there. They are telling you exactly what they're doing. Okay. And I think that's kind of what we're pushing at all the way around the board with a bill like this, is to actually go straight at Obergefell and say, no, the Constitution protects my right, my freedom of speech, my freedom of expression, my freedom of religion to disagree with same-sex marriage. The reality is we have to push back on Obergefell. And there it is. Of course. There it is. I mean, they're just saying, yeah, we're coming for same-sex marriage, guys. That's the plan. That was always the plan. And now we're doing it. There you go. In Idaho, Republican state lawmakers passed a legislative petition last month in which they called on the Supreme Court to reverse the same-sex marriage ruling. Voting 46-24, the Idaho House passed House Joint Memorial 1, asking the Supreme Court to, quote, restore the natural definition of marriage, a union of one man and one woman. Wait, what are we looking at for natural or historical? Because throughout history, it was generally one man and many women. One man, 3 women, 1 concubine. I mean, what traditional definition are we going with, right? Because there's been a lot of them. Now, during her floor debate, the bill's sponsor, Republican Representative Heather Scott, said, quote, "I would ask you to substitute any other issue and ask yourself, do I want the federal government creating rights for us, for Idahoans? Christians across the nation are being targeted." The Idaho Capital Sun reports. No, they're not, though. They're not. A gay couple getting married does not harm anyone. Doesn't harm Christians. Doesn't harm anyone. What is wrong with you? Like, why are gay people in your head? Why? Why are they there the whole time? I don't understand why they live in rent-free. I don't know. In Michigan, a Republican state lawmaker, Josh Shriver, introduced a resolution to condemn the Supreme Court's 2015 decision. The resolution states, marriage has been defined through time by people of varying cultures and faiths as a union between one man and one woman. Obergefell arbitrarily and unjustly rejected this historical definition of marriage. This is a biological necessity to preserve and grow our human race. Because, 8 billion of us, apparently not enough. Hey, if you want more babies, why don't you make it economically advantageous to have a family? Instead of what we have right now, which is incredibly hostile to having kids. But here's what they're doing. They're just using this as an excuse to push gay people back into the closet. Okay? That's it. This is not about, trans people, right? No, it's about trying to erase all LGBTQ people, right? That's what all of this is about. Erasing all of them. That's it. There is no such thing as LGB without the T. And that's what a lot of these gay Republicans were saying. Like, oh yeah, no, we're you know what? We're the LGB without the T. That's right. We're just going to abandon trans people because we're going to be the good ones and they're not going to come after us. Oops. They came after you. Look, they're attacking specifically trans people, as a way to divide and conquer the community. It is the oldest trick in the book. And you have these gay Republicans who bought that hook, line, and sinker. They do think that no, we're the good ones. We're the good ones. The bigots will leave us alone. It's fine. They're not going to come for us. But they did. They did. It's that poem all over again. First, they came for the transgender people. But I was not trans. Well, guess what? They're coming for you. Just like they said they would. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.